I love this. The Australian PM is demanding full accountability from Israel over the murders of the aid workers, especially the Australian citizen that was there. Uh, this dude doesn't mince words. He says that they were targeted and that the Israeli government is responsible for their actions of killing these people and killing innocent civilians. The Israeli government has the responsibility of preventing civilian deaths, and if they don't, they should be held accountable.
Welcome to 7:30.
Good to be with you, Sarah.
Have you spoken to Zomi's family?
I have spoken to Zomi's brother. They are, of course, devastated by this news. This is just an extraordinary tragedy. It's one that they certainly weren't expecting. Zomi knew the risks, but when you're there providing aid and support and doing such extraordinarily good work, you don't expect that to happen.
Yeah, no aid worker goes to a place to go help people and expect to be murdered by the government that claims to be the good guys and just using self-defense, a government that they previously helped during their tragedy. Uh, People can say whatever, that it's a war zone, fog of war, combat, or whatever, but the Israeli government is at fault here.
Were you able to tell her family any more information about exactly what happened?
Well, we are awaiting further details to occur. We have, of course, contacted and spoken with the Israeli government, and we expect full accountability for this tragedy. To have aid workers, not just from Australia but other nations as well, going about their business of assisting in the most humanitarian way their fellow global citizens, in this case the people of Gaza, who are suffering from incredible deprivation. To have them killed in this way is completely unacceptable.
Yeah, aid workers are protected under international law to be able to exist in an area that is considered a war zone or whatever and not be murdered by either side. If either side does kill aid workers, it's a war crime. If it's Hamas, it's a war crime. If it's the Israeli government, it's still a war crime. Uh, and the Israeli government should be held accountable for every single death of every single aid worker that they have killed.
The targeting of these people is just a tragedy.
Let me just ask you about the word you just used, which is targeting. Do you have any information that suggests the vehicle was targeted?
Well, what we know is that the vehicle was hit, and we know as well that governments are responsible for actions that take place, and this is completely unacceptable. We await the details and we await a full explanation, but we want, as the Australian government, accountability for what has occurred to this Australian citizen.
So, as we know,
And this is the Israeli government destroying relationships with their allies by killing innocent people of their allies' government. This is all on the Israeli government. They can blame Hamas as much as they want, but it wasn't Hamas that used planes to kill these people. It was the Israeli government, and it's obviously targeted because they told the IDF their location so that the IDF wouldn't kill them, and they had their symbols on their cars so that the IDF could recognize them and not kill them. But what does the IDF do anyways? Murder them.
as yet unconfirmed, but of course reported that the vehicle was struck by the Israeli Defence Force. Can you tell me what questions are you specifically asking the Israelis to answer?
Well, the Israeli Defence Force at this point have not confirmed that. So we want an explanation and full accountability of what has occurred here. I think that is the least that can be expected from Zomi's family and indeed from Australia for